Hi, everyone. This is the Brad Free Report for Friday, June 15th. Probably the last video until Del Mar begins next month. I want to talk about the Belmont Stakes and the difficulty at winning at the races. You know, there are two key elements to winning at the races: accurate handicapping and sound wagering strategy. In the Belmont Stakes, I thought Justify was a cinch. I thought he was a standout. This was not a unique opinion. He was the odds-on favorite, but I did think that the exacta might offer value. I'd just key Justify on top, and if he lost, I was going to lose. But there were three secondary contenders that I suspected were overhyped and undervalued. Hofsburg was one of them. So was Vino Rosso and Bravazzo. Three marginal contenders at underlay prices that I was convinced did not have to finish second. So my strategy was this: I was going to hammer the exacta, Justify on top of a long shot, and this is where I messed up. I got so focused in on one horse, Peter Pan winner Blended Citizen, that I failed to recognize the entire reason for making the bet. Reasons: one, Justify would win; two, Hofburg, Bravazzo, and Vino Rosso were undervalued. Well, you saw what happened, didn't you? Let's roll the tape of the stretch run of the Belmont Stakes. That's Justify out there becoming racing's 13th Triple Crown winner. Amazing career ascension, 6 for 6, and he just began his career in February. But who was up to complete the exacta? Well, it was none other than Gronkowski. A long shot did, in fact, finish second. So I was right. Justify won the race. A long shot finished second. And what did I get for that insightful, accurate opinion? A big fat goose egg, because I hammered the exacta one way. Justify to Blended Citizen. Blended Citizen finished second to last. Now, should I have had Gronkowski? Yes. There were three live long shots, I thought. Blended Citizen finished second to last. He completely misfired. Noble Indy, another one that I liked, he finished dead last. But Gronkowski, first start for trainer Chad Brown. Was there a chance he could improve? Well, we just saw that he, in fact, did. So, had I used three horses underneath Justify instead of just one, I would have had that $44 exacta. It would have cost me $3 to turn an odds-on favorite into basically a 13-to-1 shot. Now, we have seen this situation before. We saw it at Santa Anita on June 2nd in the Grade 1 Beholder Mile. Let's take a look at the stretch run of the Beholder Mile in early June. And Unique Bella, she puts away her main rival. Who was her main rival? Paradise Woods, back reeling in second. So Unique Bella puts away her pace rival. And who comes along to complete the exacta? A long shot. Yeah, that was La Force coming in at 24-to-1 to complete the exacta. So I know it sounds like I'm cherry picking a little bit, and perhaps I am, but let's take a look at a recent chart of recent low odds winners, high odds exactas. Unique Bella, she was 1-2. She had to win the Beholder Mile. La Force at 24-to-1 came along to complete the exacta. Now, a $10.90 exacta is not much. There were only 5 runners in the field. This is one that could have been had. Justify won the Preakness at odds of 2-5, and Bravazzo did come along and complete the exacta. This one, not a big deal. $13.70, who cares? But it was the Belmont Stakes. And Justify, odds on, 4-5 winner. Gronkowski coming along to complete the exacta, a $44 exacta that could easily have been had on a partial wheel, I think. Justify on top of 3 long shots could have turned a 4-5 shot into a 13-to-1 shot. The 2018 Belmont Stakes, for me, is another reminder why it's so tough to win at the races. Accurate handicapping, check. Sound wagering strategy, my bad. Really, it makes me angry. Anyway, I just bring it up because I don't want you to make the same mistake, and I'm going to try not to make the same mistake again. Now, we can't just wheel odds-on favorites on top of long shots. There has to be a reason to take a stand against the secondary contenders. I talked about that with the Belmont Stakes. Now, not every blunder that is committed is made by us as horse players. Sometimes we get some bad luck. a bad trip, a bad ride. Maybe sometimes the jockey falls asleep. And that's exactly what happened on June 10th at Santa Anita. Race number 3. Watch number 3, Catfish Hunter, the odds-on favorite, ridden by Edwin Maldonado. Now, Edwin Maldonado's just sitting there waiting and waiting. He has not asked Catfish Hunter to run at all. Now we're inside the 8th pole, and now we're inside the 16th pole. Maldonado, please wake up. Okay, at the 16th pole, he finally starts to ask Catfish Hunter for run. Too late. Shades of Victory had all the momentum on the outside. You know, Florent Geroux was under the microscope for his ride on Restoring Hope in the Belmont Stakes. I don't mind people asking questions. I think Florent Geroux did everything that he could with regards to his horse. I don't think there were any improprieties, is what I'm saying. As far as race number 3 last Sunday at Santa Anita, that was an absolute disgrace. And I can't imagine what the jockey on Catfish Hunter was thinking. Maybe he thought he was on a Cadillac. Maybe he thought he was riding Justify. But that was the worst ride of the week. I don't like to call attention to bad rides. It's an easy way out. In this case, I think Edwin Maldonado messed up. Let's talk a little bit about 2 stakes races on Saturday, neither one of which has a big field and neither one of which I'm really that interested in wagering on. But we'll take a look at the fields anyway. Race number 3 is the Rainbow Stakes for 3-year-old grass horses. They're going 1 1/8 miles. And the even money favorite is number 4, River Boyne. He misfired last time out on a yielding turf course at Churchill Downs. He's back on firm footing on Saturday at Santa Anita. He's the horse to beat. I think he's the best horse in the race. But number 3, Blame the Rider, is interesting because he figures to be loose on the lead. He scored a 15-1 upset last time out, racing 1 mile. Blame the Rider will be loose, and he could get Brave. This is a race that, again, not much wagering value at all. I think River Boyne will win the race, but I respect Blame the Rider. In a horizontal multi-race wager, I would be using them both. River Boyne at even money and Blame the Rider at 5-2. Very little value in the Rainbow Stakes, and probably the same thing applies to the Grade 2 Summertime Oaks. It's race number 6 on Saturday at Santa Anita. 1 mile and 1/16 for 3-year-old fillies. Boy, the 3-year-old filly division in California has really taken a hit. Midnight Bisou is gone. She is now stabled in Kentucky. Spectator went back to Belmont Park. She got sick. She missed the Acorn. Dream Tree, who knows what her situation is. We haven't seen her in months. And we're left with a relatively modest field of 6 with only 1 stakes winner, and that stakes winner is Grade 2 Fairgrounds Oaks winner Chocolate Martini. She misfired. Well, she finished 5th in the Kentucky Oaks last time out. Kind of a disappointing effort at 15-1, but she was in against tough company relative to what she faces on Saturday. Shipping in for trainer Tom Amos. She arrived on Monday. This is a big, good-looking filly. Take a look at Chocolate Martini when you get a chance on Saturday. This horse is an absolute specimen. She's the 9-5 favorite. I picked against her only because, well, just because. I think that number 1, 13 Squared, who probably is one of my friends refers to as an obsession horse because I've been chasing 13 Squared all year. I keep on thinking she's better than she is. I'm going to give her one more chance. She'll be forwardly placed. She has speed. She has the inside post. She faces a very formidable pace rival on the outside named Ollie's Candy, who's 2 for 2 in sprints on synthetic, stretching out on dirt. Ollie's Candy I respect. We don't know how good she is. 13 Squared, if she can somehow avoid a duel with Ollie's Candy, I think 13 Squared can win the race. But the best horse going in is Ollie's Candy, the 9-5 favorite, trained by Tom Amos, coming in from the Midwest. And she can certainly win this race. I would use all 3. I'd use 13 Squared, Chocolate Martini, and Ollie's Candy in a multi-race wager. Only 6 runners, probably no straight bet at all in race number 6, Saturday at Santa Anita. Okay, this is the final video for a while. Expect to resume at Del Mar. Couple of quick notes. 2-year-olds continue to run to form in maiden races. After 2 winning favorites on Thursday, favorites are 8 for 14 in 2-year-old maiden races this meet at Santa Anita. 11 of the 14 paid $6 or less. Very few long shot winners with regards to 2-year-old races. Remember Varanasi? I talked about her a lot last year. She was a 2-year-old filly last summer. She got hurt after a 3rd place debut. She's finally back. She returned Sunday in race number 9, the second start of her career, her comeback race for trainer Dick Mandela. Daughter of Jimmy Creed, out of Graded Stakes winner Yearly Report. Varanasi, I'm very much looking forward to her comeback, race number 9 on Sunday. She's probably going to be too short to bet on, but I'm very interested to see how her career unfolds. And in the Grade 1 Foster on Saturday at Churchill Downs, Backyard Heaven is going to be very tough to beat if he reproduces his Ali Sheba Stakes win last time out. There's a 12-1 shot that I'm intrigued by, and his name is Looking at Lee, and he's been around for a long time, and he did something. He's only 4. He did something last time out that I thought was very unusual. He showed speed in winning a maiden race. Looking at Lee has been running against good company. He showed speed last time for, I think, the first time ever. Won an allowance race. He's 12-1. He's faced good company. I'm going to try Looking at Lee in the Grade 1 Foster on Saturday evening at Churchill Downs. That's race number 8. I'm Brad Free. This is the Brad Free Report. I'll see you this summer.